Now, people who've been living during war and destruction in the Syrian city of Aleppo are being given safe passage out. The regime, along with Russian forces, have opened 3 corridors, allowing those who are trapped to get out safely. Now, ahead of military operations in the area, the government has dropped leaflets urging civilians to leave the east, while the government also offered amnesty to those fighters who put down their weapons and escape. Well, for more on this, let's speak to Soraya Lennie, who's joining us live on set. So, Soraya, first of all, just where does this leave Aleppo now that this has been announced?
Well, what's happening now is obviously, as you mentioned, these humanitarian corridors that have been opened or announced by the Syrian government. There are 4 of them, and they're leading in different directions to supposedly allow civilians out and to get humanitarian aid in. The problem is they're linking rebel-held Aleppo to government-held Aleppo. So that's where the corridors will be going. And at the moment, there are around 300,000 people trapped in the rebel-held side of the city. Many people right now, as we know, there's not been a lot of movement. People aren't going just yet. The announcement's very new, but also there's a lot of fear as to what might happen to them if they actually venture into the government-held side.
Of course, because they've been in rebel-controlled areas. If they leave to go to government areas, there's worry that they may well be taken and arrested. Now, of course, this is something that the Syrian regime have done before. They're letting people out, letting some of the fighters who want to leave, because they're entering the end game, aren't they now? They want to try and just destroy any rebel strongholds that are still left.
Well, absolutely, and this has been part of a Syrian government strategy, a military strategy that they've been employing to some success, really, in the last couple of years in terms of how they approach these rebel-held pockets. Now, the Syrian government doesn't have the forces to fight many fronts at the same time. You see, they'll fight in one area, they'll defeat the rebels, and then they'll move on, but then something's going to happen there. These areas quickly fall, so they besiege cities. They besiege people, and we've seen this in the last week significantly in this part of Aleppo, where people really are very, very desperate to get out. They don't have basic supplies, they've got nothing, and they're being bombarded. So once the civilians leave, this is the thinking, the army then moves in, cleans out all the rebels, and the city is effectively just not habitable.
No, it's decimated anyway. Well, for now, Soraya, of course, this is moving. We'll be back with you later. Thank you for now.